going on. And we got that going on. All right. We're good? Whoa, light.
I wonder why. Oh, light came on. Okay, light is off. We have magic. Oh no, we don't want to put emojis on you.
No,
Sure?
I don't need emojis.
I don't know.
I am emojied enough.
We're gonna have special effects there. What's it trying to
Nope.
What is it trying to do?
What are you doing?
I'm trying to special effectsify you up.
You don't need to special effect me, but a lick a monkey. All right.
Let's see. Okay, well, there we go. Finder.
Good. We're good? All right. Well, it is 6:08 on Thursday. My name is Big Poppa. We got CJ Watson behind the camera, and this is Into the Derbyverse. We're going to be covering everything into Derbyverse in Southern California and the surrounding areas coming up this weekend. So if this is your first time, we want to welcome you. Just want to thank you for coming out, spending some time with us. So if you don't mind, we got different couple setups going on. Got a new little camera going on the front, and then working off the cell phone for the Facebook page. So if you can hear us, just give us a thumbs up and let us know where you are watching us from. If you're watching us live or on the rebroadcast, we'd appreciate that. So also leave your comments down below, because we always follow up on the rebroadcasts and all the questions and stuff. And we appreciate your time. So let's give you a rundown of it, since this is mostly the first one of the year. We were there a couple of years, but a couple medical issues and sickness and stuff had laid us out to the wayside. But we are back. So let's talk about this. We've got the WFTD rankings up. So that was the ones for the last part of the year came out. So that sets everybody else. That was games up until the 31st of December. So they got that all taken care of. So here's what we've got. We have 352 ranked teams. Your top 10 hasn't really changed that much. You always have Montreal Roller Derby and Texas Roller Girls switching positions. So just a rundown of the top 10. Number 1 is the Victorian Roller Derby League. Number 2 is the champions. That's going to be Rose City Rollers. Number 3 is Gotham Girls Roller Derby. Number 4 is Denver Roller Derby. Number 5 is Arch Rivals Roller Derby. Number 6 is Angel City Derby. Number 7 is actually going to be Texas Roller Girls. They switched positions with number 8 Montreal Derby. Jacksonville Roller Girls are at 9th. And then Crime City is number 10. So that wraps up the 2018 top 10 there for you. So here in Southern California, we had a couple changes. Most of the changes were in the positive format as far as numbers and stuff. So let's give you a rundown on that. So number 14 was Santa Cruz. They went up 1. Number 19 was Bay Area Derby. They went up 2 spots. Sacramento Roller Derby is at 41. They're up 1. V-Town Derby Dames, they are at 73. They are up 1. San Fernando Valley Roller Derby, they went down just 1 to 118. Humboldt Roller Derby at 116. They went up 2. SoCal Derby, they ended up at 139, just down 1 spot. The Bakersfield Diamond Divas, they went down to 162, just down 5. West Coast Derby Knockouts, they had a powerful season towards the end, and ended up 170, so just down 1. Sonoma County came up 3 at 167. Central Coast Roller Derby at 180. They dropped down 9 spots. South Coast Roller Derby at 178. They went up 1. Misery Loves Company Roller Derby, they went at 210, so they're down 3. Silicon Valley Roller Derby stayed the same at 218. Montreal Bay Derby Dames headed out at 228. They're up 3 spots. Quad City Rollers stayed the same at 275. Winetown Rollers stayed the same at 276. The fabulous Sin City Rollers, they dropped down 8. So they went to 319. Shasta Roller Derby went up. They were our biggest jump, 11 spots, and they ended the year at 310. Then Pacific Roller Derby at 322, up 4. Undead Roller Derby at 321, they were up 8. Peninsula Roller Girls, they were at 335, they went down 2. And then the Ventura County Derby Darlings, they're at 339, they popped up to 2 spots. So again, prior we had 354 ranked teams, so we're just down to at 352 ranked teams. Now, if I missed your teams or forgot your teams, please leave a comment below so we can add them to our list and make sure we are following them. Because sometimes with the names and stuff, we're not sure where they're from, but we try to follow up on the WFTDA.com website to find the proper listings. So I think I've got everybody that is ranked in WFTDA, so that's good. Speaking of which, I just want to talk to you. We've got right now in WFTDA, they have 430 full members. I remember when I had started, this is my 7th season. I remember starting second or third season in when I was with Derby Revolution of Bakersfield. And I was surprised we had 200 leagues. And now we're looking at 430 full member leagues. That's great. Now, of those, you had 39 that are apprentice leagues. So we've got to talk about them. And we're going to be following them along this season, the apprentice leagues, to see when they move over to get their pink patches when they become full members. So back in February 15th, they had brought in IE Derby Divas and also the Los Angeles Derby Dolls as apprentice leagues. So we're going to be following them. They should be hopefully getting their full membership shortly. Then on May 28th, they had talked about Baja Roller Derby. They got their apprentice, so we're going to follow them. I understand that's not Southern California, but they're Baja. They're right there with us, and they come up to the LA area a lot of times and play, and I've seen them play. Actually, I've seen them play 2 or 3 times last year, and every time I see them, it's always a great experience to watch them. Then in August 13th, Beach City Roller Derbies was brought into the apprentice leagues, and then in October 17th, Fault Line Derby Devils up in Hollister, they were given the apprentice league. So we're going to be following them, see how they do throughout the year and stuff. But also we're going to be following, let's call them the varsity team. That's going to be the teams that recently became full membership. So back in July 17th of 2017, Loco City Derby Girls, they're out of Stockton. They went ahead and was given full membership. So haven't seen them ranked as of yet. So I kind of reached out to them and see what their plans are, see how their schedule are to become ranked. Now again, just remember, to become ranked, you just have to place 3 unique, so 3 different WFTDA teams to be ranked. So hopefully they can get that into their schedule. Also on January 29th of 2018, they brought in Auburn Gold Diggers out of Auburn, California. So I've also reached out to them. They're not ranked as of yet, so kind of see how that goes. I know early in the year, everybody's already got their schedule set, so it's kind of scrambling to get, more people in. But on March 27th of last year, they brought in Misery Loves Company Roller Derby. They're out of San Jose. So they are actually ranked right now at 210. So I'm kind of interested to see how that goes. But here recently, we've got December 11th, 2018, they brought 2 more in for full memberships. So we have the Rough Diamond Rebels out of Murrieta. They went ahead and got there, so it'll be interesting to see how they go this year. They had enough time to hopefully get everything taken care of and bring people in and stuff. So that'll be nice to see how they fare in the year. And then also NorCal Roller Girls. So that's going to be kind of neat to see. So once everybody comes in, you're looking at what, 5? You're looking at 10 teams. 10 more WFTDA teams just in California, with 8 being in Southern California. So that'll be kind of nice to see how things are going, because I know a lot of teams have done their are doing recruiting. A lot of them are still doing their recruiting. I know IE Derby Divas are having a tryouts for their teams. They've announced some really good lineups for their coaches and stuff. So that'll be kind of nice. They've got more teams coming in and stuff. So that'll be really good to see how all these teams do and fare this year. So that's going to be really nice to see. One of the couple things we want to talk about is a couple of announcements from teams throughout the other WFTDA community. On Thursday, January 17th, Nashville Roller Girls had talked about basically made a press release that they are rebranding as the Nashville Roller Derby. Now, also in addition to the new name, they're coming out with a new logo. Their new logo is the city scene for Nashville. Now, again, Nashville Roller Derby was actually founded in 2006, and they will begin their 13th season on February 2nd. And right now, Nashville Roller Derby is currently ranked 120th. We've seen a couple of the changes like this last year, and with Nashville talking about changing their name to Nashville Roller Derby, and just to show more of their inclusiveness in their team, and also their identity, as far as so you know where they're coming from. We saw that with the Mainland Misfits, which you now know them as the Greater Vancouver Area Roller Derby. Also, you had Rose City. Rose City changed their logo and stuff. So that's, you've seen a lot of that. Mad Hatters are, they're now Madison Roller Derby. So you see that. I think we're going to be seeing more and more of that changing of the names. Here recently, actually a couple years ago, you had the Wasteland Derby Divas. They're now Wasteland Roller Derby. So you can kind of see that changing. Other people are changing logos to be more, more identify with who they are and where they're from. So 2019, I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of that coming into the different teams and the different leagues and stuff. So that's always nice. Speaking of teams and leagues that are returning, I know that Westside Wreckers took a little bit of time off. They took a season off. I know they're going to be starting to play again. That's our rec league out of Taft, California. Also, Wasteland Roller Derby out here in the Antelope Valley, Lancaster, Palmdale area. I know they're looking to come back and looking for teams to play. So check those two people out. I know that they're eager to play, and I have a personal affinity for both teams, so that's always nice. Sorry, just trying to get some coffee in. So a couple things on the rundown as far as what we have going on in the Derby community. Now, one thing that happened last weekend, and because of me being unavailable due to issues, kind of missed out on the roller derby art exhibit. That was really nice out at Pasadena. A lot of people went out there, and it was nice to see a lot of the photos and stuff like that. You had Lloyd Knox and Ivy Knox. You had basically Hit Squad TV. You had Michael Wise was out there with his photography. So Tough Girls on 8 Wheels. Tristan King photography. You had a lot of different artists out there. So it looked like a great time. But don't fret, because they're bringing it into Los Angeles this weekend. So check out that. That's going to be the Roller Derby and Art Exhibit Los Angeles. That's going to be hosted by Hit Squad TV. And that's going to be from 6 p.m. until 9 p.m. It's going to be at Pub 1954. That's in Los Angeles. That's actually 1954 Colorado Boulevard there in Los Angeles. So you're going to have photography, art, and video from various artists from around the world. So that's going to be really great. So be sure to check that out. Again, that's going to be the Roller Derby and Art Exhibit Los Angeles. Again, hosted by Hit Squad TV. It's going to be from 6 to 9 p.m. on Saturday, this coming Saturday, January 19th. It's going to be at Pub 1954. The address there is 1954 Colorado Boulevard there in Los Angeles. Please go to that the Facebook site for Hit Squad TV. Take a look at that. They've got that posted. Get more information on that as far as costs and everything like that. So be sure to check that out. Also happening up on Saturday out in Riverside from 9 a.m. until noon. It's the 3rd annual Skate the Women's March 2019. So they've started this 3 years ago with the Women's March and also the skating it. So be sure to check that out. Now we've shared that event on our Facebook page, so you can go to that our Facebook page into the Derbyverse. Check that out. Get all your information and where it's going to be at. Again, that's the 3rd annual Skate the Women's March 2019. That's going to be at Riverside from 9 a.m. until noon. And so please check that out. Also happening this Saturday is Derby Rules. It's going to be a one-day officiating clinic that's hosted by the Ventura County Derby Darlings. So be sure, this is a great event to do this. It's going to be from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m. The address there is 528 Convair Street in Camarillo. It is $10. That's going to cover you for a full day of instruction and also lunches. Now, this is great for skaters, skating officials, and NSOs. Also, please see their Facebook page for full details on that. But it's really great. 3 major rule changes going on. I know they've made some, WFTDA has made some changes to their testing. The 3 rule changes we're talking about is the back block, the passing the star, and also the jammer lap point. So be sure to check that out. Now also you can go on to WFTDA.com. Please do yourself a favor. Print out those rules, review those rules, because it's very important that you know the rule set. And I'm not just talking about the skaters or the officials or the announcers. I'm talking about the fans too, because it's really good. We're gonna go through some of that, trying to help you out, get that so you're understand what's going on. And so be sure to check that out. Again, that's going to be Derby Rules. It's one-day officiating clinic. It's going to be hosted by the Ventura County Derby Darlings. It's going to be 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. The address again is 528 Convair Street in Camarillo. That's going to be $10. It's going to cover you for a full day. Also it provides lunch. And again, it's great for the skaters, skating officials, and NSOs. Also, spectators. I know they have that there too. And again, just see their Facebook page for that. We've talked about that previously as far as the rules changes. Don't see much changing in the game. Now, since people have talked about, it had some time to mull it over, maybe there will be some changes, more defenses. I know a lot of the D1 and D2 teams in WFTD and MRDA, they focus more on, instead of trying to knock the jammer out, they're just basically containing the jammer. So you might see more of that. That's going to be it. With the studies and stuff, I don't see it's going to be changing, affecting a lot as far as the winning, like the 1 or 2 points there. But I think everybody's going to be focused on playing the same sport, playing the same game. So I think you'll see, maybe, I don't think if you'll see a lower point score, maybe because they'll already adjust it, but will be interesting to see how everything works out. Again, new rule set comes into effect, I believe, February for the February game. So, be sure to check that out and stuff. But if we've got any of our zebras out there to help us out, or NSOs that have more information on that, please just shoot me a link or a comment or something like that. Comment below, and we'll be sure to share that with everybody. But again, I personally don't really see much of a change. I think it'll make it a lot easier for ease of play, help speed that up. Maybe a little bit more defensive game. I don't think it's going to come into slow derby, but I think it'll make it more interesting. We already know that turn 2 is always going to be an action-packed little location, so we'll see how that goes. Reaching out again for Saturday, January 26th, we want to kind of give you what we did last season, last year, is we kind of covered what's coming up this week and this weekend and stuff. But this time I want to try to go maybe 2 weeks out. We're going to be starting to post a lot of this up on our Facebook page, so you can see events coming in, and you'll probably have just a kind of a thread there, so you can see that. But if you are a league or you are a member of a league, please do us a favor, share with us your schedule. Your home and away schedule. We always like to try to support as much as possible and have a location for people to go to if they're like in the area. Hey, what's going on in this weekend in this area? So speaking of going into the second week, Saturday, January 26th. Couple things going on. If you are in the Redlands area, they actually really did a great thing. They have a Redlands skate park that has a grand opening and ribbon cutting. That's going to be from noon until 4 p.m. at the Sylvan Park in Redlands. Address there is 601 North University Street there in Redlands, California. We actually have shared that on our Facebook page. That event on our Facebook page, so check that out. And if you do go there, do me a favor, shoot us maybe some video or some pictures and stuff. Show us what's going on out there. That's going to be kind of interesting to see, a brand new skate park and stuff. Like to see how that works out too, and put that on our Facebook page. We would really appreciate that. Then also on the 26th, San Fernando Valley Roller Derby presents their Fresh Meat Expo. It's going to be at the lot. That's at 12900 Bradley Avenue there in Sylmar, California. Now, the doors open at 6 p.m. First whistle is going to be at 6:30. So if you're new to what we talk about, if we're talking about doors opening, okay, that's when they're going to let people in. First whistle, that's when the game's going to start. And pretty much they start on time. So that, be sure to check that out. So again, first whistle, it's at 6:30 p.m. Now that's going to see the San Fernando Juniors, the San Fernando Gnarlies. They're going to be taking on the West Coast Junior Uppercuts. And then at 8 p.m., the Clever Girls are going to take on the Fraudulent Fossils. That'll be pretty interesting to see. Again, this is going to be their Fresh Meat Expo. Now, their tickets are available online or at the door. It's going to be $10, or kids 10 and under are free. And again, that's going to be next Saturday. That's going to be Saturday, January 26th. At the lot in San Fernando, so basically in Sylmar. So be sure to check out their Facebook page for all the information. Now, also on January 26th, it's going to be a busy weekend you've got going on, because you do have the Blood Fest. This is going to be a junior roller derby tournament and blood drive. That actually is hosted by the Los Anarchists. Now, that's going to be at Anarchy Hall. That's at 8990 Claybeck Avenue there in Sun Valley. It's going to be January 26th and 27th. It's going to be 2 days of sanctioned JRDA bouts. That's Junior Roller Derby Association. Now, January is National Blood Donor Month, so the Los Anarchists actually have teamed up with Cedar Sinai, and Cedar Sinai is going to have their blood mobile out there for blood donations. Now, the cost is very reasonable. It's $5 per day, or you can get 1 day free with a blood donation. Do not try to get 2 days free. Don't. It's not a good thing. It's the fainting and the passing out. It's bad. So just 1 day free with a blood donation. Now, they are going to have the live music by Mercury. And again, your participating teams is the Los Anarchists. Then you have the Rocky Mountain Roller Punks coming down. West Coast Junior Knockouts, they're going to be coming out. You had the Uppercuts, they're going to be playing in San Fernando, but the West Coast Junior TKOs, they're going to be playing at the Bloodfest there. And also the Los Anarchists Revolt, they're playing too. So it's a nice three sanctioned bouts on Saturday, and then 2 sanctioned bouts on Sunday. So that's a very nice weekend. I'll be there to be NSO. I'll be jam timing there. I'll also be scorekeeping, and they might even allow me to announce. So that'll be kind of nice to see on that Saturday. So again, that's the Bloodfest. That's going to be the Junior Roller Derby Tournament and Blood Drive there. Again, hosted by the Los Anarchists. So please check them out to make sure you've got everything going on. Now, also, again, Saturday, that's January 26th, is going to be a busy day. If you're not on the west side of the valley, you can go over to the east side. They have the Spin In the New Year with Mr. Testosterone. He's been down in the Southern California area last year. He is a great skater for the Vancouver Murder up in Vancouver, British Columbia. Now, this clinic is going to be hosted by the Rough Diamond Rebels. It's going to be at the rinks in Corona Inline. Again, that's the rinks that you have Think Scrimmage. So if you're familiar with Corona and the inline skate area there, please check that out. The address there is 4325 Prado Road. It's going to be Unit 102 there in Corona, California. Be sure to check on the Rough Diamond Rebels Facebook for more information on that, so you can get all the pricing and everything else going on, so you can get that taken care of. That would be really good to take a look at and get that all done. There were a couple changes and that you have. Let me just a second get back to some of my notes here. I do apologize. Trying to keep everything all organized and make sure we have that going on. Again, so we've got the events coming up this weekend, big weekend next week. So you've got that going on. And again, we're going to be talking about the keeping an eye on all the Princess Leagues and stuff, and also the varsity teams. Those are the new people on the block, and get that all done. Couple of the announcements they had a while back coming out of retirement, the DerbyApex.com, they reported 3 former Division I players coming back for the 2019 season. So you have, I think one of the ones I'm most excited about is Jackie Daniels. Jackie Daniels is coming back. She took 2018 off to recoup from some injuries. Now, not sure where Jackie's going to be landing, but I would imagine maybe Texas. That'll be interesting, because if you remember, we were talking about the rankings where Texas and Montreal is kind of flipping back and forth. So if she lands in Texas, that'll be a bout to watch. That'll be kind of nice. Then you have Roadrunner. She announced that she's going to be returning this year and will likely end up in Montreal. Just talking about that. So Jackie Daniels coming back maybe to Texas. Rogue Runner, we already know she's going back to Montreal, so that's going to be interesting, kind of see what that's going on. But the other one coming back is I Am Pain. She took some time off to focus on their education and the career. she's not sure where she's coming back. She maybe says, I'm going to place for some home team. So we'll kind of, keep an eye on that and see how that goes on. So, take a look at that. So that's going to be kind of wrapping it up a little bit here for this episode. We'll be back on Tuesday at 6 o'clock. Now, just a programming note on Tuesday at 6 o'clock. We will be remote there, Mr. CJ, Mr. Captain Jupiter, because the Big Poppa family will be in Las Vegas for a pseudo family reunion. So we'll be sober and we'll be reporting from Las Vegas, some remote location.
Kelly Rainbow says hi.
Oh, hey, Rainbow. Thank you very much. Good to see you. So, but yeah.
Vegas, huh?
Yeah, Vegas. Well, actually, I've got my cousins. They're coming for a birthday. They live up in Morro Bay, so trying to keep up with them. And then my nephew, he's a captain in the United States Air Force, and he is coming in from Hickam in Hawaii, and he doesn't do roller derby, but he does bowling, and he's really good at it. So there's a big Armed Forces bowling tournament.
Oh,
so he comes there, so I get to see him. So that'll be pretty nice. So if you are on the 15 going to Vegas on Monday, I'm the old slow guy in the Mercury Milan. That'll be me. So, but like I said, we're really looking forward to seeing what 2019 has to offer. I mean, looking really good. I know that Battle of the Sea Squads, they had talked about, they had announced their teams, so that'll be kind of nice to see. Waiting on Otter Bowl to make their announcements for their teams and stuff like that, so that'll be kind of interesting following that along with those tournaments. I did hear something about, I believe it was the Derby Apex had talked about it. It's one of those, things you get up in the middle of the night to get ready for work, and you're going through Twitter and you hear something. But it sounds like Victoria will not be going to the Big O this year. They're going because of something to do with WFTD requirements, they're going to a different tournament. They're actually going to Montreal for a tournament in the same weekend. So that'll be kind of interesting to see. So a lot of things coming up. If you've got anything you want us to talk about, you want us to cover, if you've got photos and stuff, if you want to highlight your team, have an interview, please just check us out. Let us know what's going on, and we'll get that taken care of. So again, for myself, Big Poppa, and Captain Jupiter over there, Mr. CJ Watson, we're going to go ahead and wish you a splendid night. And as always, keep your friends close and your enemies within 20 feet of the pack. You have a good evening, ladies and gents.